Hello and welcome to India Today SoSouth. I am Prija Arvind. Now, the day is finally here when the famed Hema Committee report will be made public. The Kerala High Court today dismissed a writ petition challenging the State Information Commission's order that had directed the Kerala government to make public this said report. Justice K. Hema Committee report on women's working conditions in the Malayalam film industry is to be made public with limited redactions. It was submitted to the government in December 2019 after a famous actress was sexually assaulted in 2017, which made headlines across Kerala. Even today, the case is ongoing in the court sub judice, but it paved way for this committee to be formed to be made to see what the condition of women in the industry is. Now, with today's High Court's order, a lot of possibilities have opened up. And to discuss this very committee report, what the people can look forward to in the report, and what can be what can possibly be the outcome of once this is made public, I have with me Jisha Surya, a senior journalist from Tiruvananthapuram, talking to me and the viewers about the Hema Committee report. Hello and welcome, Jisha.
Hi, Prija.
So, Jisha, the Kerala High Court has finally said that the Hema Committee report has to be made public with limited redactions already. Now, can you take our viewers a little back towards why Hema Committee is so important for Malayalam film industry?
Yes, I'll bring the context of this committee. In 2017, as we all know, there was an horrific crime happened in Kochi, where a young actress was sexually assaulted in a moving car. So that rattled the industry, especially the women actors and technicians in the Malayalam movie industry. So they actually formed, that was later they formed a committee called Women in Cinema Collective, and a group of women actors and technicians met Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan at that time, requesting government's intervention to bring in some safety and security measures in their workspace. So following that, the government decided to constitute this committee. So it was chaired by K. Hema, who was a retired High Court judge, and the other two members are yesteryear actress Sharada and former bureaucrat K.B. Vatsalakumari. So it was a three-member committee, and it was constituted in 2017. And the terms of reference was mostly to ensure a safe working workspace, to recommend, to study and suggest recommendations to make the workspace safer for women in Malayalam cinema. So they took more than enough time, met people from a various part of the industry, both women and men, and held discussions with them, and they finally submitted this report. But when this report was submitted, everyone expected that okay, there are some that this committee has well studied the situation in Malayalam movie industry, and they are suggesting changes, so we can now start we can see some changes. So everyone were waiting for the report to come out, and there were questions in the Kerala Assembly regarding when they are going to table this, and the government gave them assurance that it will be tabled soon. At that time, Justice K. Hema, who was the chairperson of this committee, she sent a letter to the culture department saying that this report should not be published. She specifically cited the Supreme Court report saying that the identity of sexual harassment victims should be protected, and this report has really mentioned such certain cases, and their identity has to be protected. But that really shocked many people, that even the women who went in front of this committee and narrated all their trauma, even they were shocked, because they never expected it to be like a protected document. They wanted it to come out and have discussions, and they obviously narrated all this thing after the committee ensured that their identities will be protected. So even Justice Kema herself have told media that there are no names mentioned in this report. So why this secrecy was a totally puzzling thing about this report. And eventually people started asking, whose identity they wanted to protect, whether it is the perpetrators or the survivors, because
or the survivors.
Survivors themselves have came in front of them and almost relieved that trauma, because they wanted a change. So nobody really understand the privacy concerns in this report and why it has to be, remain protected for these long years. Thankfully now, the State Information Commission had decided to release this. Then another hurdle came in the form of a petition at the Kerala High Court by a producer, Sajimon Parel. We still don't know what his interest was. He was not in no way connected to this. Apart from the fact that he is a producer in the Malayalam movie industry. Anyway, now today the Kerala High Court has stood with the decision of State Information Commission to release the report. Of course, after disclosing a particular portion where they feel that there might be some,
some privacy breach. So you mentioned producer Sajimon. Now, who exactly is this person? Because he also came out of the blue to put this, stay petition over there. In fact, we were supposed to have this petition out on 24th of July, which then moved on to 31st of July. Neither days it came out because of the petition by the producer himself. Now, again, these are all, the Twitter chatter or the internet chatter that we have heard across. There are a lot of conspiracy theories that come across saying that he is just a patsy. So this new producer, Sajimon, is just a patsy. He is trying to protect the identities of the perpetrators who have been mentioned in this committee report. Could there be some truth to it, considering we still do not know the actual findings of the report itself?
That's puzzling, Prija, especially because Justice Hema herself have mentioned that there are no mentions of any names in that report. Even I've talked to other committee members in this as part of my work earlier. So they said that there are no real privacy concerns, apart from the fact that it has mentioned certain incidents that may, if someone took time to analyze that situation, might jump into some conclusion that this might be this actor or this might be this person. But apart from the fact that no names were mentioned, and even if that is the case, the State Information Commission is withholding certain portions. I understand around 80 pages of this report, just to ensure that such information don't get leaked and people don't jump into conclusions. So there is no question of anyone's identity coming out or anyone feeling threatened. Maybe, yes, there might be concern for those people who are actually sexual predators, who might have been exploiting this industry, for exploiting this women for a long time and not getting caught. Maybe they might be feeling threatened. But even Justice Hema had publicly said that there are no names. So even Sajimon Parel, when he filed this petition, the Producers Association and other members of other film organizations had said that he was not their member, or he is not representing them. They have totally disowned him publicly, but we still don't know if there is anyone behind him. But sometimes I feel it is just to get some attention. Otherwise, I don't think he is an important person to just challenge this report.
So that's where my follow-up question will also come in. If he does not seem like a player who has a any interest or vested interest or any direct link to the report itself, then the timing of his petition, because again it was the actual committee report was presented 2019, nearly 5 years ago. We are in August 2024. December 2019, the report was already submitted. Yet it has not seen the light of day so far, especially when we have seen more and more such cases. And it's kind of an open secret where in the industry there is a lot of difficulties that women are facing. And considering there has been an entire Me Too movement that rocked Hollywood, one of the biggest things that everybody aspires towards. There is an entire Me Too movement that came over there, and yet Malayalam film industry is kind of stuck in even getting the report out there to the public so that, at least what are the issues faced by women itself is not even being seen to the light of the day. Now, thankfully, as you very nice rightly said, that thankfully, because the court has said that with limited redactions, it should be out and soon. Where do you think the WCC and the women's in the women's in cinema collective, women in the industry, women who are associated with the Malayalam film industry, do you think a positive outcome from there on, now that almost all the hurdles are over, now that we can think of? Is there any positive outlook as such within the industry?
Yes, I think a lot of people wanted, specifically WCC members wanted to, highlight the fact that this report was not just about sexual harassment or things like that. They had raised various other topics like pay parity, ensuring basic facilities in the workspace, in bringing in contracts. Most of the time, there are no specific contracts between the persons, coming into this workspace, because it is mostly artists, and so there are lack of contracts, there are lack of facilities, including toilet facilities. Pay parity is another major issue. So this report, when these women met the committee members, they have raised all this topic. So they are really, disappointed that this was taken, just being seen as a report about as any particular sexual assault or any such incidents. They want all other subject to be debated, discussed, and these recommendations to be implemented. Even after this, after the abridged version of the recommendations came out, the culture department had convened a meeting of the stakeholders, including the members of Film Federation and the Association of Malayalam Movie Artists, AMMA, and WCC, and all the stakeholders. Meeting of them were convened, and this was discussed. This abridged version of the recommendation was discussed, and a lot of producers have agreed to and has started implementing POS committees in their workspace. So a lot of changes are happening. It's not that since it was taken, the report is kept a secret, nothing is happening. But like people, there are organizations like WCC who are very vocal about these topics they have raised with the committee and outside it. That a lot of changes are happening already. So when this report comes out, I think with the report, all wanted a comprehensive details about what the report was all about. Apart from that, other points are being discussed. So once this comes out and there are more discussions, we all are want to waiting for the change to happen. So not just to ensure the safety of women, that is highly important. That's a prime important thing. But other issues are important too, like pay parity and ensuring facilities for them and bringing in contracts, other stuff like that.
So Jisha, what I'm hearing is that it's not just the Hema Committee report is not just about sexual harassment of women in the film industry, but also the challenges that they face within that. So I am hoping that as once the report comes in, at least there is a platform, at least there is there is that one kickstart to talking about what all are the issues that women themselves face in the industry, in the Malayalam film industry. And apart from that, certain guidelines will be put into place where, let's say, for example, a POS committee. Not many Malayalam Malayalam movie production houses have their POS committees every time they start a movie. Very few have come come and started such a thing, even though there might be a lot of women working around in the movie itself. Yet, POS committee is something that is very rare in any movie production as such. So, do you think Hema Committee will, or based on the Hema Committee's report, there will be a mandation to instill, start a POS committee for every single movie that is produced by any production company or any production house?
We all expect that kind of a change, but even the government's intention was questioned, because after they received this is Hema's letter not to publish this, they kind of took it as a convenience not to act anything upon that. So we all wanted everybody, not just within the women within the industry, but everybody wanted this to have bring out a change in within the industry and outside, because there was discussions over safety of women in any workplace. So it is not just in movie industry that where the women are working in odd hours. Just now we have seen that horrific crime in Kolkata today, recently. So
Yeah.
that means whenever we hear such stories of crime, we all women within the industry or outside, everybody wants the government to bring in
Women,
set of rules.
as women need to, women are standing up for women, saying that it's
Yeah.
irrespective of the industry, irrespective of the center, violence against women is increasing. And at a workplace where there is, and at the end of the day, film industry is something that is still an unorganized sector per se.
Right.
And as you very rightly mentioned, there are no contracts. Many times there are not even contracts in place, which are because of which there are no, the pay parity comes into picture, the way the way their work life is there during the any shoot, that is also compromised because of very basic amenities are also not provided. So we with the with the publishing and making public of this Hema Committee report, do you think a lot of uh, is the industry and the journalists and people and other stakeholders who are more involved in this, do you think there will be change, that these people can expect a positive change once the report is out?
Actually, report was with the government already. So if they
Mm-hmm.
wanted to act, they could have acted much earlier. And I
Mm-hmm.
understand they have convened some certain meetings with the stakeholders. But now what is happening is that a set of RT activists and journalists basically have sought for a copy of the report. But otherwise, if someone wanted to act, that was already with the government, and they could have taken concrete measures. So now when we say it is coming out, it means it's just reaching the hands of certain journalists, and through them it is reaching the public. Actually, the government should have, I understand the concerns of Hema, but hiding that portions where they had the privacy concerns, the government should have submitted it at the assembly. But when that time the former Minister of Cinema, Thiruvanjur Radhakrishnan, asked that in the Kerala Assembly, why this was not tabled, because it has to be tabled under the Commission of Inquiries Act within 6 months after submitting the report. The
Exactly.
government, Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan, that day said that this committee was not constituted under the Commission of Inquiries Act, so they are not
Hmm.
authorized to file this within the stipulated 6 months. So the government kind of took it as a convenient thing not to make it transparent. But the government public money around 46 lakh rupee was spent on this report, and they met these committee members had met a lot of women in the industry, and they had to sit in for hours narrating their trauma and their cause for change, their demand for change. So these women who, when they're not just the women, the others who wanted to bring a change in the industry, they wanted to know what they how they took that their recommendation, their suggestions, or how they took that their narratives into that report. So they wanted to know how the committee took the what they said to them. So, but that was not given. Even the report was not given to those people who agreed to cooperate with this committee. So no, it's not. It's a question of spending public money, transparency, accountability, a lot of these things. It was not just an issue of privacy. So government, if they wanted to act, they could have acted much earlier. But no, it is they took it as a matter of convenience that okay, just have told us not to release, so we are not releasing, we are not doing anything. Yeah, but we are seeing some kind of changes, like for example this ensuring a little more facility, bathroom, toilets, and things like that, that kind of things which are not hurting anyone, they are started doing this. The producers themselves have taken agreed upon them, and some sensible producers have introduced posh committees in their workspace, like I know Ashikabu, recently one actress said that Ashikabu's um, set has a posh committee. So that there are certain directors who have taken the initiative, but the government has made it mandatory. I don't think so.
Thank you so much, Disha, for talking to me and India Today SoSouth and helping our viewers understand the importance of Hema Committee and why it has been stalled so far. let's hope that the committee's report is made public. I mean, yes, the government has it. And as you very rightly said, that let's hope that the government actually makes it public and takes action based on it after redacting whatever privacy concerns that they have as as directed by the Kerala High Court as of today. And with that, thanking you again for joining us here on SoSouth.
Thank you, Prisha. Thank you.